This episode is brought to you by Accenture. When your advertising operations fall out of sync, everything else follows. Spotify and Accenture are working together to reinvent the rhythm of ad sales, using automation, analytics, and smarter workflows to simplify campaign delivery and access better data across the business. The result? Less time spent on operations, more time connecting brands with the moments and fandoms that matter most. Learn more at accenture.com/Spotify.
Here's your report.
Oh, thanks, Jane. I wish I could hire someone just like you.
Try LinkedIn Hiring Pro. It's more than a job board. It's like the recruiter you always wished you had. Hiring Pro uses real-time insights to match your role to LinkedIn's unique network of professionals and delivers a short list of best fit candidates. You'll spend less time sorting applicants and more time talking to the right people.
Let's do it. You're irreplaceable, Jane, but another you would be great.
Hire right the first time. Post your job for free on LinkedIn today at linkedin.com/quality.
Welcome to Holocron History, Star Wars Canon vs. Legends, where we take a deep dive into the Star Wars universe, such as characters, creatures, stories, and so much more. Hosted by Ben of Temeria and Kadojo. Welcome back, everyone, adepts, acolytes, to Star Wars, or Holocron History, Star Wars Canon vs. Legends. I am one of your hosts, Brandon, or also known as Ben of Temeria, and always with me is my good friend, Kadojo.
Hello there.
And today we are finally wrapping up Admiral Ackbar. It's about time.
Hey, you're the one who took last week off.
Hey, I had a work emergency, so I had no way to reschedule, so...
Excuses. Just work with you.
It is. That's all I do anymore, is work. And if I do have a day off, I'm gaming literally almost all day, or try to game all day, because that's majority of what I can do. But... so yeah, this week we last time we talked about Admiral Ackbar. You know, we finished up his the Age of the Rebellion and the Galactic Civil War. So now we are finally getting into the New Republic. So
Sort of,
yeah. So, despite the Empire's defeat at Endor, they continue to fight, launching Operation Cinder, which you might know from Battlefront 2, a contingency plan placed posthumously by the Emperor over 3 months after the Battle of Endor. The Alliance officially reorganized into the New Republic, continuing to defend against the Imperial attacks, as Admiral Ackbar commanded the New Republic Defense Fleet in its campaign against the remnants of the Empire. In his free time, Ackbar honed his mind by practicing with his car shock against simulated stormtroopers. He stated in a public HoloNet address that he knew the fighting had not yet come to a close.
So like I said, kind of the New Republic. There are still a lot of planets who were iffy about joining this organization, calling itself the New Republic, while the Empire was still roaming about.
Right. And Karshak, for anybody who doesn't know, is a fighting style specifically for underwater, for aquatic fights, using net poles, which is pretty interesting.
And how do you simulate stormtroopers? Do they have holograms like Star Trek or something?
I mean, yeah, there's hologram stuff. We see it in Ahsoka with Sabine practicing her saber strikes and stances and all that.
Yeah.
So
yeah, maybe. All right.
And there's training droids and all that stuff too.
Yeah.
So Admiral Ackbar's military campaign against the Empire was aided by a mysterious Imperial informant known as the Operator, who leaked intelligence about Imperial military movements. While Ackbar was practicing with his car shock, he was visited by Ensign Deltura, who informed Admiral that Captain Wedge Antilles has ceased communicating with them after his scouting mission to Redania. Ackbar ordered Deltura to send scouts to 5 nearby planets, including Mustafar, Geonosis, Dermos, Akvari, and Tatooine. As a precaution, Ackbar ordered Deltura to dispatch 2 scouts to Akvira.
I didn't know Mustafar, Geonosis, and Tatooine were that close together.
Mm-hmm.
Considering Tatooine is part of the Hutt cartel, that's got to be like on the edge of Hutt space right there.
Yes. And then Akiva, sorry, it's Akiva. We do see this in, what is
You
it?
do?
Do we see this? Oh, Outlaws. That's what it is. First time shows in Outlaws. So, go play Star Wars
Oh,
Outlaws.
the jungle planet.
Yeah.
Okay. I spent
First time
a
we
total of
physically
20
see
minutes
it.
on there.
Yep. You don't really stay on there too long. Thank God. It gets really confusing because of the waterways and all that. But anyway, Datura then informed that they had received new information from the operator when Ackbar expressed surprise that an ensign was privy to classified information. Datura reassured him that the commander, Krista Agate, had given him clearance. Datura dispatched 2 A-Wing scout ships to Akiva, but the ships were shot down by Imperial Star Destroyer commanded by Admiral Ray Sloan. The Empire was hosting an emergency summit on the planet, and Antilles had been captured by Imperial forces there.
Yes, this was in a
figure.
book. It could be one of the Aftermath books. I think this is the first of the Aftermath books this is coming from.
Okay.
Because
So
I remember that. Sorry,
Oh.
I remember this. There was like 3 Star Destroyers at this emergency summit.
Mhm.
The New Republic sent in 6 cruisers, and they kicked the Star Destroyers' butts for some reason.
Interesting. So, following the downing of the scout ships, Admiral Ackbar corresponded with several New Republic leaders and officials via hologram, including Commander Agate, Captain Shafe Milor, and General Crix Medine, and the newly appointed Chancellor Mon Mothma. When Agate suggested they could trust the operator, Ackbar warned that the Battle of Endor showed that the Empire had the ability to play the long game. When Melor advocated sending a fleet to Akiva, Mothma urged the caution to avoid creating an impression that the New Republic were invaders.
Yeah, because now the roles have kind of reversed here.
Mm-hmm.
The rebellion is now the major power, and the Empire is switching to guerrilla tactics, almost.
Yep. It's literally a complete 180 on both sides.
Yeah.
So while Melor and Mothma debated the merits of aiding a strategically marginal planet like Akiva, Ackbar sided with the Chancellor and urged his comrades to be ready for Imperial traps. When he asked General Mundane whether he could send a small strike team of New Republic Special Forces soldiers to investigate Akiva, Mundane replied that was possible, and Ackbar agreed to send a small scouting party to Akiva. The party was attacked by Imperial turbolasers by one member, Sergeant John Barral, survived and played a role in the subsequent rebellion on Akiva. Ackbar was informed about the attack on Barral's scouting party by Ensign Dotura and the science officer Nirin. Nirian.
A Tarugan. So
same
as
Ahsoka. A Truguda.
Yes. Yeah, so same as Ahsoka.
Mm-hmm. Ahsoka and
Shock T.
Thank you.
Who died 4 times in Legends.
Yes. Actually, yes. Multiple different deaths.
3 in Revenge of the Sith. No, 5. 3 in Revenge of the Sith. 1 in the Clone Wars, the animated, like 2001.
Oh, the early 2D one.
Yeah, I think she died in that one, and then she died in Force Unleashed.
No one likes Shock T, apparently. So during the summit, Antilles managed to break free for a short duration and send an emergency transmission to Ackbar, explaining the dire situation. In response, Ackbar prepared a small fleet to attack the Imperial presence on Akiva. Ackbar assigned Commander Agate to lead the attack on Akiva. And this is where literally what Kodojo said a little bit ago. So, Agate's small fleet destroyed 2 Star Destroyers while the New Republic pilot Nora Wexley, her son Timon, and a small rebel cell engineered an uprising that overwhelmed the Mirage Imperial garrison and the collaborationist of Saphatry of Mira.
Close enough.
Akiva became one of the first Outer Rim worlds to join the New Republic.
Okay, so Timon, he's in the sequel trilogy.
Yes.
And he also
Snap.
gives us one of the
Is his nickname,
snaps. Snap, yeah. He also gives us one of the most homicidal droids since HK-47.
Oh, Mr.
Mr. Bones.
Yeah.
The B-1 battle droid who's a psychopath.
With a murderous spree.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah. I forgot about that. And that's canon, too, which is great.
Yes.
So Admiral Ackbar's victory on Akiva was aided by the operator who sent intelligence about the position of the orbiting Star Destroyers. Despite finding his information useful, Ackbar did not fully trust the operator, who later turned out to be Fleet Commander Gallius Rax. A month later... Or Fleet Admiral, what did I say?
Commander.
Oh, Fleet Admiral Gallius Rax. Yeah, that's fair. A month later, Ackbar presented a medal to Nora Wexley for her service in rescuing Antilles and helping the New Republic to liberate Akiva from the Empire.
Now, the funny thing is that the New Republic is during this time is very wary about sending its fleet out anywhere to engage the Empire. Because they think the Empire is still organized, is still strong, is gathering up its strength, while in reality, the Empire is isolating themselves, have very little supply, and are on essentially a full retreat to Jakku or into the unknown region.
Yes.
Basically, what they're facing is a skeleton force.
Yep.
And they have no clue about it. Yeah, you had to sneak that in there, didn't you?
I did. That was great. So, 1 year after the Alliance's victory at Endor, and now Fleet Admiral Ackbar led the New Republic's Starfleet campaign against the remnants of the Empire. While Ackbar's work took him into space, the Admiral still visited the New Republic capital of Chandrila to consult with Chancellor Mon Mothma and other leaders. On one such trip, Admiral Ackbar met with the New Republic starfighter pilot Nora Wexley at Sky Garden above Hana City. He ordered her to cease her mission to rescue the missing Han Solo and to resume her hunt for Imperial commissions. Nora refused to comply with his order and reassigned her commission in the New Republic Navy. She, her son Timon, the B-1 series battle droid Mr. Bones, the former Imperial loyalty officer Sinjir Rath Valis, and the Zabrak bounty hunter Yas Imari, and the New Republic soldier Jama Baral, then embarked on a quest to find Solo.
I think, what was Solo doing at this point? I'm trying to remember. He could have just been going after. I think he's just going after Kashyyyk at this point.
No, possibly. It might have been the Kashyyyk thing. It might have been.
I mean, that's the only thing I could think of what he's doing.
Yeah. So during a later meeting with Chancellor Mon Mothma and her advisors, Ackbar opined that the New Republic was not doing enough to win former Imperial systems to the New Republic. Mothma concurred and agreed to embark on a campaign to entice prospective members to giving them a place in the reconstructed Galactic Senate. Shortly later, Princess Leia entered the room and argued with Chancellor Mon Mothma about not having enough being done to aid the enslaved Wookiees on the planet of Kashyyyk. Following a brief argument, a frustrated Leia stormed out of the meeting despite Ackbar's effort to call out to her. Yeah, it was the Kashyyyk thing.
Yeah,
because Han was obviously doing trying to free the Wookiees because Chewbacca.
Yeah. Chewbacca and Chewbacca's son.
Yes. Yeah, we see his son. This is in the comics or books?
No, books. Aftermath.
Aftermath.
It's like a short story within the books.
Oh, okay. Got it. So later, Admiral Ackbar commanded a successful campaign to capture the planet Kuwait and strategically important Kuwait Drive yards. The sector governor, Hollis Maxim, and the guild head of the Kuwait Drive yards capitulated
Capitulated.
Yeah,
Capitulated.
that word. During the battle, Akbar's forces lost fewer ships than the Imperial opponents. The loss of the Kuwait dealt a serious blow to the Galactic Empire.
Now, in
did.
Legends, the Kuwait drive yards, I think that took them years to capture.
I believe so.
Because it was a much harder fight. I mean, they were literally deploying anything they had with guns.
In Legends, it was heavily guarded.
Yeah.
Compared to canon. So, yeah. So following the battle, Princess Leia contacted Admiral Ackbar by hologram to congratulate him on the role of securing the New Republic's victory. Shortly later, Chancellor Mon Mothma interrupted the conversation to inform her comrades that she had received communication from the operator who wanted to meet with the New Republic leadership. Dun dun.
This doesn't smell like a trap.
Right. Ackbar ordered his comm officer, Tokhtar, to open the Old Alliance frequency Zeta Zeta 9. The guest turned out to be Grand Admiral Sloane, the public face of the Galactic Empire. Despite Sloane's claims that she was the operator, Ackbar did not believe her.
And he was right.
Yeah, first off, she wasn't, so... When Sloane addressed Ackbar as Grand Admiral, the Mon Calamari responded that Grand Admiral was an imperial ranking and accused her of seizing the title for herself. Ackbar's colleagues, Commodore Agate, soon joined the hollow conversation, accused Sloane of deceiving them.
Yeah, after the fall of the Emperor and the deterioration of the Empire, random officers just started giving themselves higher and higher titles.
Yeah, it's dumb. It doesn't mean
like,
jack.
Well, I'm an admiral in this sector, so now I'm going to make myself a moth.
Cool. So after exchanging some barbs, the New Republic commanders and Grand Admiral Sloane settled down to business. When Sloane revealed that she was interested in initiating peace talks with the New Republic, Ackbar cured his chin tendrils to express skepticism. Nevertheless, he acceded to Chancellor Mothma's decision to raise the matter of peace talks with the Galactic Senate.
Which is fair enough. That's more of a political thing.
Yeah. I mean, Ackbar's in the government and the political stuff, but not like crazy.
He's more military than politician.
Yeah, which probably is a good thing. Politicians suck, in general. So politics sucks in general. It's messy. So in reality, the peace talks were a ruse for the Empire to stage an attack on the Trandrilla. Rax had manipulated Grand Admiral Sloane into approaching the New Republic for peace talks as part of the plot to use the liberated prisoners from Ashmed's Lock to assassinate the New Republic leadership. For this plot, Rax had inserted each of the prisoners with an inorganic biochip, which allowed them to transmit signals into their brains. This turned the former prisoners into unwilling assassins. Where we've heard this before.
Yeah. Now, I think this prison, Ashmead's Lock, was on Kashyyyk. This was a brainwashing program they had on Kashyyyk. And I think this was also part of Han Solo's deal as well.
I believe so. So later, Admiral Ackbar and the other New Republic officials greeted the liberated prisoners from Ashmead's Lock when they arrived at Hana City Spaceport. After Han Solo and Chewbacca managed to stage a Wookiee uprising on Kashyyyk, Admiral Ackbar traveled to his ship Home 1 to support Princess Leia and Captain Wedge Antilles' Phantom Squadron in the attack of orbiting Imperial Star Destroyers. After Solo and Chewbacca hijacked the Dominion and destroyed the Star Destroyer Vidiator, the third Star Destroyer Neutralizer surrendered to Admiral Ackbar. Despite the liberation of Kashyyyk, the New Republic forces soon received news of the attack on Trandrilla.
Yeah, they were so afraid of Kashyyyk being so heavily guarded. It's like, no, it's just 3 ISDs and like minimum ground forces. That's it.
Yeah. So, now we're getting some stuff which is pretty cool because it gets into Battlefront 2. So, following the events of Trandrilla, Rax took control of the Imperial fleets and ordered them to assemble above the planet Jakku for a showdown with the New Republic. Several months later, Timon and Rath Velas discovered that the Empire had relocated Jakku. They informed Chancellor Mothma and Princess Leia, but the information was leaked to the press by Chancellor Mothma's rival, Senator Towar Wortel. And
who is this?
trying to remember.
Speaking
Okay, this is just in the. Is this in the book?
Yeah, this is also in the book. Most of this is in the Aftermath series.
Okay. So, after Walter publicly attacked Mothma's leadership, Admiral Ackbar reassured Chancellor Mothma that she had made the right decision to withhold the information, since she had only attained it less than a standard day. After Mon Mothma indicated that she would issue a statement to the press, Admiral Ackbar added that he would send a scout ship and probe droids to Jakku to investigate.
I love that. Oh my god, they got important classified information that they're not sharing with the general public. How dare they?
Right? Classified.
That could lead to the end of the war. How dare they not share that information with the public?
No, we'll share it to the public. The war ended. That's all they need to know. So Admiral Ackbar dispatched Ensign Deltura to the scout ship Oculus and several probe droids to investigate. After the scouting team confirmed that most of the Imperial remnants had relocated to Jakku, Chancellor Mothma convened an emergency session of the Galactic Senate and urged the Senate to support her resolution to send military forces to the planet. However, the resolution failed by 5 votes. Following the vote, Admiral Ackbar visited Chancellor Mothma to inform her that the vote had failed. He remarked that this meant that the fleet would not depart for Jakku and the Empire would remain there.
This is rebellion. Who needs the approval of a Senate?
Right? Who cares? It's war, for crying out loud. Get things done. So, after Wrath of Velis managed to convince 5 senators to change their votes, the New Republic was able to send its military forces to Jakku. Prior to the battle, Admiral Ackbar managed to convince Commodore Krista Agate to return to her command board, the Starhawk class battleship Concorde. Agate had disfigured during the attack on Chandrila and had been despondent. Sure. He also visited Agate aboard her flagship and praised her as one of his best and brightest officers. When Agate remarked that some of the light had gone out of her, Ackbar complimented her for recognizing the burden of war and not for giving in to anger.
Now,
Sadly, the dark side.
Interesting. The Starhawk class battleship. That's the main focus of Star Wars Squadron, which is a fighter game.
Oh yeah.
And they usually name the
thing
class
that's
of battle.
Essentially the what's the ship in it's in SWTOR Knights of the Fallen Empire. That giant battleship that you have to get. It looks similar to that.
Oh, I don't think I played that far.
What? Okay.
The graveyard or gravestone?
The gravestone. Yeah, it's the gravestone. Thank you. That's that ship.
But anyway, the Starhawk, they usually name the battleship class after the very first ship's name, the Starhawk. The very first Starhawk was destroyed in that game.
Oh no.
Because they used it to take out I want to say about 3 or 4 ISDs, and took all the engineers and construction workers that worked on the Starhawk to a different base. That way they can construct more Starhawk class battleships.
Fair. That's fair. Holy crap, apparently the Starhawk is mentioned at Galaxy's Edge. I didn't know that. That's cool.
Is it?
Yeah. That's nifty. Anyway, so when Agate expressed doubts about her ability to captain the Concorde, Ackbar reassured her that none of them would truly be ready for what. He added that the best that they could to meet it with forward faces and clear hearts. Ackbar also recognized that the Empire was aware of their presence and added that he would be ready for a full-scale fleet battle. Because it's going to happen. When Agate opened about Jakku, that Jakku could be a ruse, Ackbar reassured her that they would be ready. When Agate asked if they were going to win, Ackbar responded that it would be an honor to fight alongside them, regardless of whether it was their final battle or as the first of many to come. The two then parted company and assumed their battle positions.
Basically says, I have no clue. Let's go find out.
Pretty much. So, yeah, fun stuff. But I think it's a good time to take a mid-break, and then we'll continue the final part of Ackbar's story afterwards.
This episode is brought to you by Tidy Cats, here to level up your litter game with their new Performance Plus lineup. Your home is your happy place, your cats, VIPs. So when it comes to the litter box, excellence isn't optional. Choose from products that specialize in max power clumping, low tracking, or odor fighting so advanced, stink won't see it coming. Tidy Cats Performance Plus. Mission mighty, keep it tidy. Shop now at tidycats.com.
All right, welcome to the middle of the show. We're talking about everything in podcasts. There's nothing to do with the lore of Star Wars. Here, we want to thank all of our amazing patrons. Thank you guys so much for supporting the show. And if you too want to support the show, you can go to patreon.com/holocronhistories, where you can get ad-free episodes or join us once a month on the show itself. You can also leave us ratings and reviews on Apple and Spotify. Leave 5-star review on Apple with some words or a nice Spotify comment. We'll read it out loud next time on the show, which we do have a Spotify comment from our friend Zachary, who says on our part 2 at Admiral Ackbar, saying, "Hey, I haven't commented in a while, just wanted to pop in and say hi and ask if there will ever be an average day in the life of Star Wars civilian episode, but I'm really happy to get back to listening to y'all." Smiley face. Why, thank you.
I mean, a day in a life for an average citizen would depend on whether or not, they're on Coruscant to anywhere out on the Outer Rim.
Right. And then I think that one is it. Yeah. That was the only comment. But yeah, thank you for that. Yeah, doing an episode on an average day of Star Wars would be kind of difficult because we don't really have an average day. we don't have any
compare to.
We don't really have anybody to really compare to as an average day unless you're like a moisture farmer.
Yeah.
Like, that's really it. Everybody else is like trying to backstab one another. They're a Jedi, they're a Sith, a bounty hunter, smuggler, a soldier. I mean,
CEO of a corporation.
Yeah. That's one, that too. Politician, we see a lot of them.
Oh yeah. I mean, there's not that many.
We don't have
books
any average
about
Joes.
average people. I mean,
No.
Luke Skywalker.
He was an average person.
Average person, then becomes a Jedi Master.
Yep.
But it's kind of hard to do an average day because they don't have the average Joe Schmo. A book about them.
No, they don't, and it's just hard to look because we don't follow any characters in the shows or the films. The only thing that we kind of get from any of it is when it comes to the games, and it's only like mainly Legends materials like SWTOR or KOTOR 1 and 2 is where we see a lot more of like the average, civilian in the Star Wars universe.
Which we're still hoping becomes canon.
Which, KOTOR 1 remake still in development. Hey, we have hope. We have hope. There will be a new hope. Oh, the references today. But yeah, it is. I mean, eventually we'll probably get one. But and then you can also find us on a few different Discord servers. You can find us on the Robots Radio Discord at robotsradio.net, as well as my own Discord server, the Ben and Friends Podcast in Discord, where you can find this show and all the other shows that I host, which are the Final Fantasy Lorecast, the Gundam Lorecast, the Wizarding World Lorecast, and the Witcher Lorecast. So, all great stuff, all great fun. And I think we just added more shows to the Robots Radio recently.
Did it?
Yeah, we're getting new shows on that, so there's a lot of shows.
I've
So
given up
many.
trying to keep up.
There's like 30 plus shows now. I can't remember. It's ridiculous. I own 5 of them. Technically 4. Toasty owns The Witcher. I own 4 of them. Toasty owns the Witcher one. But I am
You're on 5
I'm
of
on
them.
5 of them. So I own 4. But anyway, I don't have anything else for the mid break. Do you have anything?
Yes, the High Republic novels are finally done, save for maybe a
think
few
there's
Acolyte books.
Yeah, there's 2 Acolyte books that'll be coming out.
But that's
that
only
kind of ties into the Acolyte since it's in the High Republic era. But
Yeah,
like
but
the
I think-
main story with the
Yeah.
characters that throughout the High Republic trilogy. Well, not even
Yeah.
trilogy, the saga, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was like 4 years to make this whole thing.
4 or 5 years.
Yeah,
Oh, no, yeah,
it was
I'm
a
about
long,
to say 4 because I think it was 2021 is when it started.
Yeah, it was a long book series.
Yep.
But
and I mean,
yeah,
that's
this-
a lot of books.
I finally listened to the last one. I won't give any spoilers, but I will say there's one person who I would love to see punished that wasn't, and that made me so mad.
I'm
so
curious
so
who.
mad.
Can you give me a name?
I can give. She was a politician.
She was as a politician.
A politician.
Was it the Grand
So-
Chancellor?
No. This was on the
Was it
Nihil
Cell?
side.
Was it who?
Nihil side.
On the Nihil.
Yeah.
Really? They didn't. What's her face? I know who it is. I can't remember the name on the top of my head. It's on the tip of my tongue. It's Kira. Is it her name's first name's Kira, right?
I can't remember
No.
High Republic.
Oh shoot, what's her name? Oh god, she's the one that was like betray the Republic and was like in bed with Marsha Monroe.
Yes, her.
Okay, she didn't get punished.
No, she used her political connections.
That's BS.
And well, the weird thing is at the end of the book, they're saying that there's like new corporations that came out of this. One of them was like the Trade Federation. Supposedly.
What?
Well, I don't think they've really touched on canon how the Trade Federation.
No, they don't.
formed.
They don't. The Trade Federation in canon, they don't have a beginning. No defined beginning. So yeah, I mean, they can add more to it. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's cool. They connected it to the upcoming prequel trilogy. To the Republic era instead of the
Yeah.
High Republic goes into the New Republic era. So
She basically says, "Hey, I have all this tech. Keep me safe from prosecution, and it's yours."
oh my gosh, of course.
And I was like, "No."
She should have been
No.
axed completely.
And I hated her more than Marcia Monroe.
Oh, I did too.
Because she knew what she was doing. Marcia Monroe was just a sociopath.
Yeah, who becomes a maniac and insane.
Yeah.
Slowly but surely becomes insane.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry after the mid break.
Long made break, folks. Sorry.
Yeah. So, but yeah, let's get back into Admiral Ackbar.
Tomorrow morning is knocking. Stock your fridge now. How about a creamy mocha frappuccino drink? Or a sweet vanilla? Smooth caramel, maybe? Or a white chocolate mocha? Whichever you choose, delicious coffee awaits. Find Starbucks Frappuccino drinks wherever you buy your groceries.
So now we are at the Battle of Jakku. So,
Big battle.
Admiral, yeah. So what?
Big battle.
Big battle. Yes, it is a big battle. Admiral Ackbar commanded the New Republic fleet. Despite outnumbering the Empire, the New Republic fleet was unable to break through the Imperial defensive lines. The Imperial Star Destroyers had formed a defensive perimeter around the Super Star Destroyer Ravager, the Imperial flagship.
Yeah, what was interesting is that they would form this this defense line. They would open up a hole for the SSD to pop out just long enough to destroy a ship,
Mm-hmm.
fall back, and the line would close up.
Yep. So during the battle, the Star Destroyers would periodically open and flank, allow the Ravager to fire its turbo lasers and torpedoes at the New Republic fleet. As a result, several New Republic warships and starfighters were destroyed. While commanding the space battles, Ackbar also liaised with General Tybin, who had been commanding the ground assault via hologram from Tundrilla. When Tybin opened that he should be on Jakku with Lieutenant General Brockway, Ackbar countered that he needed to maintain reserve forces on Tundrilla in the new capital, Nakadia, in case Jakku turned to be a ruse.
Yes, this is essentially saying, hey, this could be the final battle. It could not be. We can't have all our eggs in one basket.
Yeah, and then with the new capital being Nakata, the New Republic changes its capital world every, I think, 4 years? 2 to 4 years or something. I can't remember
something
what
like
it was.
that.
They change it over a period of time, so it's not all in one place. Coruscant, and being constantly, ravaged.
Yeah.
Because Coruscant has been sacked I don't know how many times. Too many. So Ackbar then witnessed the Star Destroyer Punishment break formation with the Imperial fleet and ram the Starhawk Amity, destroying both ships. Realizing the Agate ship Concord lay in the gap, Ackbar opened the channel to connect Commodore Agate.
Now, I think this was actually the Starhawk group's plan, that they would sacrifice one of the Starhawks to make an opening for the Concorde.
Right.
Continue.
So, believing that they were in danger, Admiral Ackbar ordered the Commodore and her crew to abandon ship. Agate ordered her crew to comply and stayed behind as she realized that the Punishment's destruction had created a gap and that would allow her ship to attack the Ravager. As the Concorde exchanged fire with the Ravager, Ackbar ordered her to abandon her ship. However, Agate convinced Ackbar to send starfighters and a CR-90 Corvette to attack the Super Star Destroyer's exposed flank engines. Despite some arguing, Ackbar finally accepted Agate's sacrifice and prayed that the Force would be with them all.
Yeah, so essentially the Ravager was the linchpin to this defense formation. If they could take that out, the space battle would essentially be over. It would collapse the Empire.
Yeah. So the Concorde was crippled by the Ravager and plummeted towards Jakku's surface. However, Agate then activated the ship's powerful tractor beam and proceeded to drag the Super Star Destroyer down with her.
That was the key feature on a Starhawk. It had the most powerful tractor beam ever created in the Star Wars universe.
Yeah, it's cool. So, as the two ships descended into Jakku's orbit, Ackbar grabbed the intercom and warned all New Republic soldiers and pilots that the Ravager had been down and take cover to be aware of fallen debris. While Ackbar's crew cheered behind him, the Admiral did not cheer, but prayed for the Force to protect those below and to accept Agate as one of its own.
See, this is the second time we've seen this side of Ackbar during the Return of the Jedi, when the Executor crashed into the second Superstar Destroyer. He also was kind of sad and collapsed in his chair while everyone else was cheering.
Yep.
Because it took a lot of resources to bring that SSD down. It took a lot of resources to bring this SSD down as well.
Right. So downing the Ravager turned the tide of the Battle of Jakku in the New Republic's favor. Meanwhile, Grand Admiral Sloane joined forces with her New Republic adversaries Brenton Lore Wexley and Nora Wexley to stop Gallius Rex and the Chancellor to the Empire. From detonated Jakku and orbiting Imperial and New Republic fleets, following the battle, the New Republic and Galactic Empire signed the Galactic Concordance, which ended the Galactic Civil War.
Okay, so I got a lot to unload here.
Boy.
Give me a few minutes. So essentially, Palpatine planned for his death. He didn't want it to happen, but he planned for it. Jakku was the ultimate endgame. At the beginning of his reign, he sent equipment there, drilled to the core of the planet, and set it up as a bomb, a massive planet-sized bomb. And he would bring his Imperial remnants and whatever force defeated them to that planet to destroy everything. His mind was, if you let the Emperor die, you don't deserve the Empire to survive. Thankfully, obviously, he was thwarted. Now, also, the battle in space was over. It took them months to dig out all the stormtroopers and Imperial remnants on the ground. It took them months to do this.
Yep. And we see parts of that in Battlefront 2 with Iden Versio and her team.
Yeah, they were on the ground mostly.
Yeah, you're on the ground part, yeah. So that's cool, and also terrifying that he made the planet a freaking bomb. So, oh boy. So the Galactic Concordance demilitarized and imposed harsh sanctions on the remnants of the Empire. With the war's end, the New Republic turned its attention to restructuring the Galactic Order. After the Empire's final defeat, Ackbar retired to his homeworld of Mon Cala. In 16 ABY, Ackbar fathered a son, Aflab. Although he would
F-Tib?
Oh, that's a T. Afteb. Although he would only see his son once after his spawning.
Wow, what a great father.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, he's retired. How can he not see him more than once?
Who knows? So Ackbar, so then moving in, Ackbar realized that the T-70 X-Wing Starfighter was overdue for technical and mechanical upgrades, having been in service for the New Republic Defense Fleet for more than 2 decades. He proposed that the New Republic Navy should commission the Incom Free Tech Corporation to design a prototype and new model. The result was the next generation X-Wing, the T-85 X-Wing Starfighter.
Okay, let's see. Does he have
That
any
thing
associations?
looks weird.
Oh no, the
What
T-85?
Yeah, that thing looks weird.
That was in the sequel trilogies.
Is
that's
it?
That's the X-Wing for the sequel trilogies.
Okay, it's just weird seeing the blue.
Yeah, the color scheme leaves a lot to be desired.
I don't like that.
That's a paint job for the official
You sure?
New Republic. Yeah, that's the paint job for the official New Republic, but that is the X-Wing they use for the Resistance. It just doesn't have that paint job.
The First Order. Oh, I guess okay.
I think this picture is from the Resistance TV show.
Probably. Huh.
Because it has that art style.
First pictured Star Wars Resistance, the Recruit. Yeah, Star Wars Resistance. No, it's not even in. This one's not even in the sequel. It's not even in the books or in the movies, because it would say in the appearances. It's not even in the movies at all. You're lying to me.
No, it was in the movies. This is the T-85s that they use in the sequel trilogies.
All right, if you say so. Anyway, moving on. Following the revelations of Organa's parentage as the birth daughter of Darth Vader, Ackbar, along with several other rebel veterans, sent messages of support to the embattled New Republic senator. He and several rebel veterans and New Republic personnel later attended a meeting on Hazian Prime, where Leia formally established the Resistance, a paramilitary group dedicated to protecting the New Republic. So, yeah, because that info was leaked, that Leia was Darth Vader's daughter, and people freaked out.
Yeah.
I mean...
Well, to be fair, he was one of the top enforcers for the Empire who did
he's
countless...
the second in command!
he did countless atrocities.
Oh, yeah.
In the name of the Emperor and the Empire.
Especially in the comics. Oh, yeah. Boy, did Vader do terrible things in the comics. Oh, boy.
Now, funnily enough, the person who outed Leia as the descendant of Vader, she also got her royal status removed.
Oh, the person who ousted her?
Yeah, because she was
Good.
also a royal person,
Uh,
and apparently there's some code within
karma's a...
royalty throughout the galaxy that if you out another person's information like that, you're out yourself.
Good.
You have no longer royal status. You're a commoner.
Good. So now getting into the Resistance era. So while Akbar was away with the Resistance, his son Aftab studied every battle and victory of his father. Eventually, after Akbar had been with the Resistance for a short time, Aftab begged him to come back into retirement because his father is work obsessed.
Yeah, and I can imagine he's pretty old at this point because he
Mm-hmm.
was in the Clone Wars.
He was in the Clone Wars,
Then it's
Galactic
like
Civil Wars,
it's
and
like 2
then
decades
now
Galactic
going
Civil War.
into the New Republic or the Resistance and First Order
Yeah,
war. This is insane. So,
yeah.
at some point after his recruitment, Akbar was captured by the First Order and held hostage on the Subjugator, a Resurgent class Star Destroyer. Afraid that the First Order would execute him, the Resistance assembled a team led by Captain Hoff to locate Akbar. Hoff's team eventually captured a First Order droid named OMR-1, who would believe that the location of Akbar. On their way back to the Resistance base, the team's ship crashed on Tall, with the only survivors being a group of droids, including OMR-1, led by C-3PO.
Oh, this must be the C-3PO comic.
Is this droids? I think it's just called Star Wars Droids, isn't it?
Yeah, but this explains where he gets his red arm.
Oh, good, cool. Of course, it
I
was in
think
the
it's like a
comics.
five issue
I think it's
series.
typically 5 issues.
Yeah.
Typically, if it's like a small series. So the droids began following a single signal they received from the First Order vessel, but on their way they were attacked by spice spiders and later by Cancel, resulting in the destruction of all the droids except C-3PO and OMR-1. The two droids found the vessel, but before they could contact the Resistance, it began raining acid. They took cover under another ship's wing, but knew that if they didn't contact help soon, the control panel would melt. OMR-1, who now saw C-3PO as a friend, told C-3PO the location of Akbar before sacrificing itself to contact Poe Dameron for help. Sometime after OMR-1 had melted, Dameron arrived to pick up C-3PO. After his rescue, Akbar was with Vice Admiral Amalan Holdo when Rose Tico and her older sister Paige joined the Resistance.
Yeah, Holdo. That's the stupid character from
I was gonna say Rose.
No. No, Holdo. The way they wrote that character was so stupid.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway,
Yeah.
sorry.
Anyway,
Back to Admiral Ackbar.
Yeah, that's a whole different discussion. So in 34 ABY, the Rebel files were recovered on the planet Dirktail, and the files were given to General Leia and the Resistance. Many of the Resistant leaders wrote notes in their files. Ackbar wrote that he wondered if Home 1 could be Metacor's MC-80 Star Cruiser, the Nadalin, in combat. Or could be Metacor's. Okay. Fellow Resistance Admiral Usho O Satara wrote that Ackbar was correct.
Oh, so I guess Home One just got a
Upgrade
and just recommission at something else.
Oh, okay. That's cool. After Ackbar's rescue from the First Order, he sent J Squadron on a scavenging mission to Vondran as punishment for the incident on Dakar that endangered starfighters returning to the Resistance space on Dakar.
J Squadron scavenging from Darkness mission. Turning.
This is comics or manga, one of the two.
I don't know.
I think it's comics. Anyway, now we're getting to Starkiller. Not the good one.
The base.
Yeah, not the good one.
AKA Ilum.
Yeah. If nobody knew that, somehow that that's Ilum,
Yeah.
which is
Well, the funny
it
thing
hurts
is
my
that
soul.
after the Clone Wars, the Emperor sent mining equipment
Mm-hmm.
to Ilum to get as
Mine
much Kyber
every single
crystal,
Kyber. Yep.
which also raises the question of how much Kyber does it take to fire a single shot of the Death
A
Star?
lot.
Yeah.
A
So
lot
that tells
of
me right
Kyber.
there is a limited number of shots. But
Yep.
anyway, essentially they eventually just turn that thing into Starkiller Base because it's
Mm.
so dug out at one
Yep.
point.
So after the Battle of Takodana, Ackbar was asked to question Finn on everything he knew about Starkiller Base. The Resistance then began to plan their attack on the base after they would be the next target. During the planning session, Ackbar inquired how a weapon the size of Starkiller Base could even be powered.
With its
Which,
core.
yep. Finn explained that it drained its power from a nearby star, and Admiral Satura stated that it would have to have a thermal oscillator to contain such power. This was confirmed by Finn, a former employee of the base. Ackbar also pointed out that Starkiller Base would be fitted with shields that no Resistance ship could penetrate. Han Solo, whom Ackbar had worked with during the Galactic Civil War, offered to disable the shields via a plan that he knew General Organa wouldn't like. Oh
Yeah,
boy.
it's
Yeah,
literally
Leia would not like
hyperspacing
this.
until the last possible second.
Yep. Which is insane. So during the battle, he was told the rest of the Resistance Command that the oscillator was damaged but still functional. He was then interrupted by a worried Resistance officer who said that the base would fire in 2 minutes. Dameron had managed to destroy Starkiller Base before it could fire on the Resistance base. Which obviously this is, Force Awakens, by the way.
Yeah.
He was present when R2-D2 and BB-8 revealed the location of Master Skywalker, whom Ackbar also had been acquainted with. Before Rey left to go to train with Skywalker, she sat down to talk with Leia, during which Ackbar was behind when them deliberating with other Resistance members at a holo table. Following the victory at Starkiller Base, Ackbar attended the funeral of Han Solo, who died at Starkiller at the hands of Kylo Ren, his and Leia's son.
Yeah. Yeah, a little emo boy.
Yeah.
And now get ready for most stupidest death there is.
Yeah, now we're getting to his death, which is dumb. So following the
So
Battle
dumb.
of Starkiller Base, Ackbar and the other Resistance members learned that the First Order regrouped and were preparing for an attack on their base. Admiral Satura questioned how the First Order could have regrouped so quickly, but Ackbar didn't think it mattered. He then aided the rest of the Resistance in the evacuation of the base.
To be fair, they only destroyed their planet-killing weapon. They didn't take out their fleet.
Yeah.
So
That's how they got so quick, because they just destroyed a giant super weapon and said, actually, which was important. But,
yeah.
So when the First Order caught the Resistance during their evacuation, Admiral Ackbar confirmed that the rest of the Resistance crew on board the MC-85 star cruiser, the Radis, that the First Order had a flotilla of ships. He also stated that the First Order Dreadnought had more firepower than a dozen destroyers and was designed for a large-scale planetary assault. The Admiral felt that they had no time to spare and must jump to hyperspace now, but General Leia Organa insisted that buy as much time for the remaining Resistance forces to evacuate as they could.
Yeah. Dreadnought. Oh, okay. Yeah, we haven't
Yeah,
gone
the
to the
big
big
one.
mega big one yet. No.
Yeah. So after destroying the Dreadnought, he commanded the fleet in order to jump to hyperspace and escape the First Order. However, unknown to the Resistance, the First Order had developed technology that allowed them to track ships through hyperspace. Dun dun.
Which was touched upon in Rogue One.
Yes, that's
They
true.
were going through a list of projects, and one of them was hyperspace tracking.
True. Ackbar ordered the ships to turn around and concentrate power on the rear shields. The First Order fleet pursued the Resistance and initiated an attack on the bridge of the Radis. Kylo Ren and his two other wingmates destroyed the hangar of the Radis and made their way to the primary bridge of the MC-85 Star Cruiser when the majority of the Resistance command was present, though Ren could not bring himself to fire on the bridge after sensing his mother's presence there. His wingmates, Polden LaHouse and the second TIE Fighter, with no such qualms, had fired missiles upon the primary bridge.
Yeah, they almost got away with it. It was like, nah, the soulless brainwashed people he's flying with. No problem.
Mm-hmm. And as one of Akbar's Mon Calamari aides notified him of the inbound torpedoes, the gruff admiral looked to his crew of the bridge, embracing the fact that his fate had been sealed and they had no chance to escape, and declared his respect for them in the face of death before the missiles struck the adjacent viewport. So he dies in The Last Jedi.
Yep.
And then a huge explosion. Ackbar, the most esteemed military commander of his generation, was gone. Only Organa survived the ordeal, calling on the Force to pull herself back to the bridge's exposed corridor as to use an airlock. Ackbar's death was later confirmed by Commander Lama Dassi, and Vice Admiral Holdo would take command of the leader of the resistance while Leia recovered from her vacuum exposure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, getting away from the whole Leia using the Force out of nowhere, though. I mean, it makes sense, after
she
the
would
fact
be trained.
At the time when it released, it made no sense.
Made no hints that she was trained.
Right, which is weird, but whatever. So now getting into his legacy. So after the Battle of Crate, Organa, Chewbacca, C-3PO, Rose Tico, and Rey traveled to Mon Cala in an attempt to gather potential allies for the Resistance. Once they arrived in Dak City, Organa met with Aftab, and she expressed her condolences for Guile's death, assuring Aftab that she was with Guile when she died, and she wished him that he could bring his corpse with her. Aftab replied that while his father's remains were lost in space, his soul was with them. They paid their respects at the Morning Shrines, where a statue of Ackbar was located. Guile's death came as a deep loss to Aflab, who greatly admired his father. Aflab had implored his father to return to his retirement, and after his stand with the resistance movement until the very end, Aflab had to live up to his legacy.
Yeah, this was part of the comics. They had a short stretch with the comics.
Yep. And then when Timon and Krya Kun informed the retired Wedge Antilles and Nora Wexley about the resistant losses since the Battle of Crate, Antilles couldn't accept that Ackbar was gone after surviving the Battle of Endor and Jakku, having come to believe that the Mon Calamari Admiral was going to live forever. Likewise, Leia still remembered Ackbar not only as a leader but as a friend, while she laminated the fact that he was gone, having known him for most of her life, which led Rey to express her condolences even though she never met him. So.
Yeah. Words. Ackbar definitely was one of those legends within the Rebellion and New Republic. That, it just kept growing and growing. It's like, man, this guy's going to live forever. Nothing's going to kill him. Maybe a common cold, but that's going to be it.
Right.
No enemy could kill him. It's like, all of a sudden, boom. Stupid death. So, yeah, in Legends, I think he does go on to have a bit more of a career.
He does go further in, yeah.
I think I'll be bold enough to say this. In Legends, I think Thrawn is slightly afraid of him. Because partially listening to the Thrawn trilogy Legends, and Thrawn says we have to use this time while Ackbar's been put away to cause as much chaos and build up as much power as we can while he's still imprisoned.
Right.
So I think he was slightly afraid of him. I think he viewed him almost as an equal.
Yeah, I can see that.
Because during one of the last battles with Thrawn was having difficulties beating Ackbar.
Right. So, but yeah, we just now wrapped up Admiral Ackbar.
Oh Lord. Almost as long as Mon Mothma.
Yeah, I don't know. Mothma was still much longer.
I said almost.
Yeah, I know, but I wouldn't. she had a lot more pages, even in the parts. Even though it was 4 parts, there's a lot.
To be fair, a lot of that came from the new Andor and
True.
Rebels.
That is very true. That is very true.
That expanded on her a lot.
That's true. But do you have any final thoughts on Ackbar?
A great military tactician. Kind of cut his story, I feel like, was cut short during the sequel trilogy.
Yeah, and he should have gone out a much better death than what he did. So,
like a last stand rather than
absolutely, than just killed by emo Vader.
Well, no, not even him, just some random TIE pilot.
True. But anyway, well, everybody, again, thank you for listening to Holocron Histories, and may the Force be with you.
Thank you for listening to Holocron History, Star Wars Canon vs. Legends. You can find us on the Robots Radio Discord at robotsradio.net, the Ben and Friends podcasting Discord, where you can share your thoughts, experiences, and love for the Star Wars lore. And don't forget, for the Republic!